Oye, esto es solo para los rumberos.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Food Muscle, and today we're together. We wanted to address the question that a couple of you have been asking about our kids being raw, and I thought this was an awesome question, and we thought we'd both share it with you guys because I think it's it's beneficial for everybody who's going to be experiencing most likely the same thing, because our kids aren't really raw at all. I mean, we probably are
probably 40%.
It's probably right.
I mean, we try and push as many fresh fruits and vegetables as we can. Our younger two are a lot better because we started with them to on our journey, so they're more accustomed to a lot of the foods that we eat. Our older girls, we were still eating meat at the time. Our oldest one's almost 8 years old, so we were eating meat when she was born, and we weren't big veggie eaters. So she is trying to she's starting to ask for salads, which is awesome. I'm so excited about. She's starting to get a little more health conscious because we're really trying to instill in our kids the values of trying to let them understand their own body, because it's important to instill that in a young age, to really ask them, how did you feel after you ate that, that cookie, or, you ate that salad, what does it feel like inside your body, do you feel full, we're trying to have them understand their own body, because it's, when you're an adult, you're trying to figure that stuff out late in the game, so.
And she's been feeling like her stomach's been hurting after she's eaten like some pasta, or not really. She's not really into pasta, but like they used to eat like
pizza.
Pizza.
She'll say, "Oh gosh, my stomach hurts," and we'll ask her, "Well, why do you think that your stomach hurts? Do you think it could be the cheese?" We try not to say, "No, you can't have that." We try to give them healthier options, definitely. But we try to, try and help them make their own decisions to a point. They are still young.
Yeah, because the biggest thing for us is that I don't want to force our kids into doing anything. Just like I don't want to force anybody to change, their eating habits. It's really a decision that they have to figure out on their own. And if it's not meant for them, then it's not meant for them. So, but I want our kids to really understand what the difference is when you're eating a processed food or a fresh fruit, greens or whatever, and feel the difference between that. And so when I'm talking with my oldest one, especially, she understands more and more now that the processed food, the pizza and things like that, is making her feel full, making her stomach hurt, making her feel sick. And then when they also, during the winter season, when they were getting sick, we say, well, it would be better, you wouldn't get sick as much if you ate, better foods, because the enzymes are alive in your body, and it's helping to fight some of the, germs and colds that they might be getting from school and things like that. So. And
it's not like we don't feed our kids good food. We make our kids healthier options, but they won't eat it.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating part.
That's the biggest problem we have with our kids. They will straight up not eat it.
Yep.
They will look at us cross-eyed and think we're crazy. Why do you think we'll even eat that? Or say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm full. I don't want to eat anymore." So then they ask for an apple, and I'm like, "All right, fine. You can have an apple."
And it can be so frustrating when I sit and prepare a meal for them, and they just will flat out not eat it, and I have to mentally prepare myself for that to come at me, because I will get frustrated if I make something and then they don't eat it, and I don't want to get in a situation where I'm saying, "No, you have to eat that," because when I was a kid, my father used to do something similar, and he used to put like onions and big chunks of green peppers in scrambled eggs, and like a little kid, why are you gonna put onions and green peppers in my scrambled eggs, man? This is not cool. So I would put them to the side, and then after I was done, he'd take a whole spoon and be like, "Here, you're gonna eat this." And that put a stigmata in my mind later in years. I just did not like onions. I just could not stand onions. It's still to this point. I can't eat like, you know.
Really tiny.
Yeah, I gotta have little tiny pieces and.
Give me a whole slice.
Yeah, see, that's extreme. I can't be going out extreme stuff, you know. So, but yeah, my dad used to eat it like an apple. I'm like, oh, you crazy, man. You need to get out of here with that. So yeah, we don't want to, you know, force our kids into feeling like they have to eat, you know, fruits and vegetables, and you know, it has to be a decision that I want them to make. And so definitely, if you have, you know,
we definitely put out those options though. I mean, we put the options on the table. We have them in our fridge. They're there for the kids to see, and usually 9 times out of 10 they're going to pick an apple. Yeah. Because it's faster. They, you know, they see it right in front of them. They choose it. Yeah.
And there are times where I'm like, no, that's enough. You know, no more like fishies. You know, little fishies. You know, or
goldfish.
Yeah.
We call them fishies.
Yeah, we call them fishies. Or pretzels and things like that. I was like, no, you got 4 choices. You either get an apple, strawberries, banana, orange, or, you know, grapes or something like that, and you have to choose between those 4 or 5. And then they'll usually, you know, choose, you know, one of them, because it's just like, you know, there's a point where I'm like, you know what, you're eating too much. If you have, like, you know, a couple of your fishies or a couple of your you know, pretzels, you know, that's enough.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course they get into this, you know, boredom thing where they feel like, well, I'm bored, I have to eat,
right.
and that's a bad.
And that's what we're trying to help them understand as well.
Yeah.
Is that, are you eating because you're hungry, or are you eating because you're bored? If you're bored, then you need to figure out, let's draw, let's do something else, let's do something creative, let's go outside and play instead.
Yeah.
We're trying to make them aware of their own bodies, because, you know, we don't want to force our kids to have all raw foods and then later in life binge on so much junk food or be at their friends. Yeah. You know, because our kids go to public school. There are some kids who are raw that don't go to public school, so it's an easier environment for them. They're around a more environment that's welcome to raw foods, whereas our kids are around a lot of that, you know, all the processed foods and then the junk when they go over their friend's house. And I don't want them gorging on stuff over their friend's house. I want them to understand, okay, moderation is okay, you know, but don't start binging and gain, like, you know, 20 pounds because they couldn't have it when they were little. You know, they really need to understand their body, and that's what we're trying to really instill in our kids. I mean, I think it's great for people who have 100% raw kids. Cost Sundance, we love watching his show.
Yeah, he's awesome.
His kids are 100% raw, and I think it's awesome. Our kids, it just doesn't work in our lifestyle right now. And I hope to eventually get our kids. It would be great if our kids could go up to 75%. But it's you know, I would like it if I can get them to 50%. If I can get them to 50%, I mean, that's an awesome number, you know. But we definitely try and give them as many fresh fruits and vegetables options as possible.
And then sneak in the greens in the shakes.
Sneak in the greens,
Yep. And doing, like, you know, the different types of fruit wraps.
We try and do that for our kids, like pops and any kind of, like, smoothie shake, some kind of like an almond milk shake that we can stuff the greens in. They won't know it. It's like a chocolate shake. We try and do that kind of stuff so that they kind of know, they don't know that they're having it, but at least we're getting it in them.
And then we've heard so many things about, well, have your kids help you prepare the foods. And we've done that, but like, that don't mean I'm going to eat it.
They like, oh, that was fun. I don't want to eat that. You know, and you're like,
so I'm like,
but what happened here, you know?
You're supposed to be wanting to do it because you were a part of it. You know, now you're supposed to eat it and be loving with it. And I'm like, no, I want, you know.
I just want I want to help because I think it's cool, and that's about it.
All right, guys. So in a nutshell, basically what we're trying to do is let our kids feel the difference of what it feels like to have processed foods and compare it to eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and let them make the choice for themselves. And slowly, we're hoping that they'll understand that they feel better by eating the fruits and vegetables and not all the processed foods.
And they'll increase the percentage as time goes on. You know, I mean, they're the ones who have to live with it the rest of their lives. So, you know, we are here to help guide them that way and do the best we can. So.
And that's it. That's all you can do. You know, I'm not forcing my kids to do anything. They're going to have to be the ones to make the decision. So they're in a journey with us as well, and we're just trying to, you know, get them to learn as much as they can. So that's it, guys. We hope you enjoy this. We hope this is helpful to you guys and answer some of your questions. And that's it. So we'll see you guys next time on the Raw Food Muscle.